Yeah, in a sense, there have always been really great social brands. You know, I wouldn't, you know, if Burnback had social media and did think small, I'm sure that there'd be a lot of followers and there'd be a lot of buzz about it, and it would work very well today. So there's a certain kind of thinking that it's always been there. It's just been rare, and it's been unnecessary for most mass marketers. It's been it's been desirable but unnecessary, much like the beginning of Steve Jobs' business plan.
I do think something that's fundamentally changed, though, is the fact that companies don't necessarily have to go through developing a product and the expenses of that product and then getting it out to market before they understand whether it's going to get traction or not. That is a fundamental difference. Whereas if you're smart, you can actually go out there and get some insight and build a product based on the needs of your customers, and instead of going through that very expensive R&D and developing that product and then putting it out there and no one buys it. So I think that change, you know, that change is amazing for companies, and if you do it the right way, I think, you know, Dell has had some success of doing that, and understanding, you know, the needs of their customers. And I think from a social media standpoint, from a LinkedIn standpoint, not to, you know, obviously I'm slightly biased, but we work with a lot of clients. We have some products around polling. We have a polling product, and we have an answers product where companies can actually use these tools to get insights from their customers and potential customers before they make any decision. And that can affect anything from product development to creative messaging. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you can look at it, or just from research insights that you can then, you know, package into pieces of content that you can send back out to those customers to further their understanding of your brand and your company. So I think that's one thing that we do have now that we might not have had, you know, until recently.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you know better than me, but just that polling functionality that you have,
right.
What did we pay for that a decade ago?
Well, and that's the other thing. It's the ability to get that in a real time, information in real time, and very efficiently. I mean, to your point, it's not going to. You don't have to go out to a major research company, spend, you know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars doing research necessarily. You can use these tools and reach a great deal of people if you do it in the right way, you know, and you have the right network, which does take some, you know, hard work. And I always say to folks, people say, oh, I don't get a lot out of the social media thing, I don't really get it. Well, it's like most things in life, you know, the more you put in, the more you get out. And it's very true with social media. You know, the more time you spend, you know, with your connections and building out your profiles and getting involved and understanding the tools, the more value you will see from it, and the more ideas that will come through that, oh, I could do this or I could do that. It's very green. I mean, I don't think there's really a playing field that's been set yet. So these tools can be, that's the beauty of it as well, is that it's so flexible that you can start to get these insights.
But that's if you get in, and if you get engaged,
right.
And if you put the time in. I mean, 25 years ago, I had a client, we signed a contract, and right before he signed, I said, you have to get a fax machine. I said, a fax machine for what? What would I use that for? Well, obviously, you know, ridiculous. But to get in on technology now, to understand it now, to get engaged now, to put some time in now, so that because building a network, it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, I've been playing for 2 years, and I have a decent sized network, but it's 2 years. And it's a lot of time. There is both a time investment and a money investment. But if you don't make it, I could tell you 5 years from now, you won't have a fax machine because you'll have never built it.
But we didn't have to build our own fax machine. That's the whole thing. It takes a lot of time.